Hey guys. Okay, so just yesterday I did an unboxing of Mice and Mystics. Today I have some rants I want to talk about. They are not about the game, I have not played it yet. They are about the male and female representation of the characters in the story. I've only read the rules and the prologue, but for this subject, even just the artwork would have been enough to talk about. By the way, the game looked amazing through the rule book. I had a very fun time reading it. I think they had some really great ideas, and I can't wait to play it. So, what I'm gonna talk about has nothing to do with the mechanics of the game or anything like that, and it's not a game review, only about the artwork and the maybe the target audience and the story. Okay, so my main point is this. I feel that Mice and Mystics, or let's generalize it more, board games, or let's generalize it more, geek culture, is aimed mostly at males. Now, this bothers me. First of all, there are 6 playable characters in this game. Out of them, 2 are females. Okay, but I don't know what were the creators thinking or why were they doing that. Maybe not to make the game be too girly or something like that, but this is how the 2 girls of this game looks like. Okay, so first of all, the colors are not so feminine, even not feminine at all. There is purple here and maybe the white, but it's still very subtle, and not, that's even super girly in opposed to this. What is that? Why is she that like masculine? I mean, so I don't know. Maybe the creators wanted to create a world that is a aimed at men or be just gender neutral. But because and I'm saying this because the red okay, first of all, there's no pink, and there's no there are no pastel colors and no color that is feminine, like this, for example, or this super sweet Disney puzzle, super sweet romantic Disney puzzle. So it's like they didn't even allow themselves, but they did use the red color, which is sort of feminine, and they took it to a completely different direction. They gave it to the main character and some old magician. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, not to disrespect the magician. It's just that I was looking more at the characters that interested me, which were the feminine girls and him. So okay, we need to ask what does this representation gives us? Okay, so first of all, yeah, I know that there is a big I know there is very big criticism on the female representation in gaming industry everywhere. I think it starts from the feminists that are just sick of the pink colors and feminine attitude, and they can't see a character that is emotional or caring or loving, I don't know, or weak even, or uh, helpless. Well, okay, I might have some problems with this ways too. I also have a lot of problem with objectifying and putting characters in very minimalistic wear and very sexualized outfits. But I am not against uh, feminine outfits and feminine look and feminine attitudes, okay? And the problem is that when they take Well, okay, maybe my main problem is that when they take the girl characters of the game, which are only two out of six, which is, by the way, a good case in opposed to some other board games which have no females at all, and that just drives me nuts. Anyway, what do they do when they take the, the female characters and turn them into this? So yeah, in a sort of way, you could say it's a female empowerment, and maybe gender neutralism is sort of an important message for little kids, and I do appreciate that. But the problem is that when they did that, they just took out every feminine aspect of the game whatsoever, and I need it. I miss it. I can't. Like I feel like it's gonna hurt my gaming experience because I miss that and I want it and I need it. And obviously they did. Okay, so they did the female characters like pretty masculine, but they didn't make any male character feminine. So what am I supposed to do with this? I mean, and that just feels unfair. No, the problem continues into the storybook. Okay, so in the book, which I only read the prologue to, um, it starts with father and son, mouse father and son, and he's reading him the story of the game, just like in some classic fantasy stories, The Princess Bride and Neverending Story. So the game starts out with a woman who's seductive and I could say feminine, and well, actually, it's like she takes all the things that they tried to put put out from the the female playable characters. And you can see her here, and she is seducting the king. So this is already a red light for me in terms of female representation. I mean, so most of the characters are male and the antagonist is female. So okay, but other than that, just uh, referring to the main characters, to the playable characters. In the prologue, we get to meet five of the main characters. There's six. There's another girl. Here you get to know one of the girls only. Her name is Tilda and she's a healer. The four male characters that we get to know in this chapter are sort of like different representations or representations of different aspects of the male persona. I don't know. Someone who's old and wise, someone who's aggressive and better hearted than aggressive bad guy, or somewhat more sneaky, and the prince, who's good-hearted, I guess, and brave, and the character you need to relate to. And so all of those representations are represented pretty good in. I mean, what I mean pretty good? I mean pretty clear in the prologue chapter. And now the female character, I don't know actually what representations or like what aspect she was supposed to add to this game. Actually, I one of my favorite themes anywhere is romance, and I would love to see here a story of romance. I mean, they already set up a sort of rivalry between the two more rugged male characters, and they did not set up anything with the girl. Like she has no relationships with anyone. Actually, the only sentence she says in this whole prologue is there is something strange afoot, and this is also in the artistic structure. It is built as if there are three characters who say that. So her line is something that two other characters said already. So, like, there's no. They like they don't care about her at all, and that just bothers me. Okay, she actually shares her line with a character named Ms. Maggie. Okay, you might claim that Maginos is saying the exact same thing in this chapter, but later on he makes them all to mice, and he's got some very long dialogue with the the, the prisoner there, Filch. So yeah, that felt like he's been much more developed than she is. Anyway, that annoys me, and that's it. That's actually the main things I wanted to say. But the funny thing is, I'm gonna try and play that game. I can't wait to play it, and it looks really good. But for now, I'm a little disappointed in those aspects. And the funny thing is that it's repeating in most of the games I anyway play, and it's mostly it's repeated also in movies and everywhere in the geek fandom, in the geek culture. And actually, I must even say that you'd probably just you know. Well, thanks for watching.